Thank
I
you
think,
very
Ellen,
much.
this could be exciting. I think it's a conversation that people increasingly, they want to know about the ethics in digital broadcasting. But before we get there, tell us a little bit about the mandate of Saba.
Well, thank you very much for having us this morning. It's a great pleasure to talk to you. As you rightly said, it's the Southern Africa Broadcasting Association, and as an association, we're basically at the helm of broadcasting in SADC, which means that we have oversight over broadcasters in the sense that we support them with digitalization, we support them with training, we also support them with creating and facilitating content as well as its exchange, and then we're also there to support women empowerment in media. But this the SABA is governed by a board of directors, and these directors are taken from the director generals of the SADC broadcasters that are there. Like, that the president of SABA is the Namibian Broadcasting Corporation's Director General, Albertus Algemuk. But then the vice president of SABA is from Tanzania, is from the Tanzania Broadcasting Corporation. So we have 8 of them serving. That would include Mauritius, we would have Zambia, also the independent broadcasting authorities, which are regulators. They also serve on the board. So we have 9 director generals that serve on the SABA board, and basically they give direction to what happens to the broadcasters. And most of our work as a secretariat basically is to give voice, give face, to give hands and feet to their wishes and aspirations.
Okay, but when we look at something like this, what is the need, or what does the sense of solidarity do, or what are the benefits of having an association like Saba?
The benefits are, it's immense because we need to work together as broadcasters. You cannot work in isolation. And we have to work as an association of a group because we all belong to SADC. And in SADC we can put our thoughts together. We can decide as a body how we can move forward in broadcasting.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, then tell us a little bit more then about the upcoming ethics in digital broadcasting. What necessitated this conference or this workshop?
Well, you see, the conversation started with an information ethics workshop. It was important in the sense that, now that we have transitioned from traditional broadcasting, we're all moving towards digital broadcasting, how do we operate as newsmakers? You have so many new elements to broadcasting. You have social media that has come up, you have citizen journalism that has come up. You even have to deal with the ethics of visuals at this point in time. And, looking at ourselves as broadcasters, the idea was information ethics, but we said we have to adopt it. We have to basically adjust it so that it works for us as broadcasters, since we represent broadcasting. So the African Center of Excellence in Information Ethics, they run the information ethics regional workshops. Then we said, fine, we will take this idea because it is very relevant to us. Very relevant in the sense that since we have moved from traditional to digital, how do we still behave? Do we still behave ethically? It's a very important question. We still have to do the right thing. We still have to minimize harm. Those principles of broadcasting, which comes from news and journalism, they still remain. But we had to check ourselves to say, well, at this point in time, since we also have social media, we also have to check ourselves in citizen journalism, how are we going to differentiate ourselves and still set the standard?
And how are we going to do that?
Yes, the thing about ethics is you have to take the ethics versus the laws. You understand? Because you have ethics on the other side where we govern ourselves, where you put ethics together to see how you morally can put things together. But then on the other side, you also have the laws, like freedom of expression and so on. Because something that's unethical can sometimes in the court of law, you cannot prove that, you understand? And we have so many cases today. Look at the Charlie Hebdo, what happened in Paris, yeah? There was that unethical way of portraying what they portrayed, yeah? It is considered to be a freedom of expression, but did you see the consequences thereof? It was devastating. And there are so many examples. Recently I read about a lady in Europe. She told her family she's going away for like 1 week and travel. She's just stayed in her own apartment for 1 week. And she was posting where I'm here, I'm there. She was like in maybe 20 different countries. Just later to say how we can manipulate the digital information today. So something that looks good, you can make it look bad. Something that looks bad, you can make it look good. And that's why the ethics come in. What are the ethics involved in portraying certain things? And today we don't publish the way we used to publish in the past. In the past, you have the editor, the the one who, the gatekeeper, when you say, this can go on, this cannot go on. But today, everyone is a publisher. You can go on the social media and you can say whatever you want. But where does the ethics come in?
Okay.
And we in Africa, we are looking now, as, even at Saba. Saba is looking, how can we install in our members a code of ethics when it comes to digitalization? Because it's a media that is growing so fast, and it's getting out of, it could get out of hand. And we want still to have the freedom of expression. We don't want our freedom of expression to be suppressed. But there must be code of ethics in place for us to know what to put on and what not to put on.